Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the fourth installment of BE Studio. Today I am joined by Mr. Glenn Gassen, Director of Innovation Growth and Invest In, and Elli Keränen, Customer Project Manager from the same organization, which is the Inno team of Espoo Marketing. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harri.
Our topic for the day is the Corporate Startup Online Weeks. But before going into that, a short update on the solo entrepreneurs operational grant that we have been giving out. So to reiterate, that grant is €2,000 and it is available to solo entrepreneurs in Espoo. And I would advise you to check out businessespoo.com for further instructions on how to apply. We have started the receiving of the applications last week, Friday, and we are now up to roughly 500 received applications. We've already granted the grant to roughly 200. So we're well underway and expecting your applications if you're eligible. So we are at the point of the corona crisis where companies and governments are already making plans for the rebooting of the economy. And we're expecting the Finnish government to lay out those plans during this Vappu week and the next week, where probably you will be watching this episode, as we will release it after Vappu. And that is the theme of this week as well. It is the theme of growth and rebooting, and that's why we're talking about the Corporate Startup Online Weeks. Before going into the weeks themselves, I'd like to give the floor to Glenn. And Glenn, could you tell a bit further about Espoo Marketing exactly and your team, the Inno team? What do you guys do?
Yeah, thank you, Harri. So our mission is to attract foreign corporates and investors to Espoo and help local players to succeed. And thereby we strengthen the local economy and we help to create jobs and increase the tax income in Espoo. We work daily with foreign corporates and investors, and we attract them to Espoo, and they want to engage with the local growth and innovation ecosystem. So thereby we also help local companies to find partners, customers, maybe investors, and thereby we help these companies to grow and succeed. Our activities, they go hand in hand, but maybe to line it up here. So on the one hand, we attract corporates and investors to Espoo. We provide them with soft lending services. So we just want to make it easy to start operations in Espoo. Then on the other hand, we help these foreign players to find innovation because this is the main driver that attracts them to our ecosystem. But with these activities, we also support our local players and we create traction for our ecosystem. But going even further, we have also some activities that help startups to develop, to internationalize, to enter foreign markets. And yeah, we are a very international team. We are a Finnish, Japanese, American, Japanese, a German team of 6. And yeah, we are a small team. We work very agile and lean. And what we do brings impact for our ecosystem.
Excellent. Could you go a bit deeper into that impact? What are some examples of the past activities and events you've been involved with?
Yeah, that's a lineup of some activities. Well, it's a selection, of course. So, for example, we organized a pitch event with FIBAN, the Finnish Business Angels Network. Actually, the majority of FIBAN members are from Espoo, so of course we want to keep them updated what is happening in Espoo. We have planned the next event for October this year. Maybe we will do it digitally, but let's see. Last year we had a corporate startup event at Agrid where we invited 7 international corporates. They pitched to these audience of local startups and ecosystem players how they work with startups, what kind of search topics they have, how they want to engage. And then many of the local startups had one-on-one meetings with those international corporates. Japan is one of our focus countries because we have seen very good traction with Japanese corporates in recent years, with very solid concrete results. And we hosted 8 Japanese corporates. They pitched to the audience what they are looking for, how they work with startups. Actually, we have very good partners in Japan. So this is definitely what we will further focus on. Then Nights of Slush is an event series that we do right before Slush. Last year it was on the 19th and the 20th of November. It's an event of last year some 159 international investors, 32 international corporates, and 74 startups and scale-ups that we presented to this international audience. And the highlight is always in the House of Nobility, which is also the reason for the name Nights of Slush. Then actually in the same week, we organized 4 events with Daimler, which is the company behind Mercedes-Benz, the famous car manufacturer. And we organized 4 events with Daimler at Nokia headquarters, at Nixu, and Smart Village in Kela near me. And then actually this year already started very well. So we were at the IQS Tech Fest, and my colleague Alfonso spoke together with Marika Paakala from Auto Startup Center about the Finnish startup ecosystem. So that happened so far.
Excellent. That's a very impressive listing. And as I've understood it, that you have also received quite good feedback on these services from your partners and customers. Could you elaborate on that? What do your partners especially value in the service you provide?
Yeah, for us, it is very important to build meaningful long-term relationships with our corporate customers that create value for our local ecosystem and for our foreign corporate customers. So thereby we want to foster sustainable growth. So we want to get them involved in our ecosystem in a longer perspective. And for example, with Daimler, the company behind Mercedes-Benz, we have been working for 4 years now already, and we have done several activities with Daimler. For example, they joined the Junction Hackathon in Espoo. They have invited local startups to Stuttgart. They started several collaboration projects with local companies, and they are what you might call a regular customer nowadays. Mm-hmm. And what they are looking for is to engage with the Finnish ecosystem. And the Espoo growth and innovation ecosystem is the innovation driver of Finland. So any corporate that is serious about discovering what is next, they will come to Espoo, and we help them.
Excellent. I'm sure these long-term relationships that you have with investors and other partners are definitely one of the biggest values you bring to the table. Let's go then to what we were talking earlier about. So the Corporate Startup Online Weeks. What is this? Is it a new concept you've devised for the Corona times?
Well, yes and no. Originally we were about to organize an event with international corporates in Otaniemi in the end of May this year. But obviously, we had to adapt, but we still do what is the core of our job, creating traction for our ecosystem and help also local players to start partnerships and find new customers and maybe investors. But this time we just do it virtually. So this is the core of it. During these corporate startup online weeks, we will have some 15 plus international corporates that want to engage with our ecosystem. Some of the names that I can mention is Mercedes-Benz, Telefonica, Bayersdorf from Germany, Marubeni from Japan, 3M from the US, and Infosys from India, just to mention a few. And what we do with these corporates is that they share with us what they are interested in. what they are looking for and how they want to work with Finnish partners. We make sure that the expectation level is right. So we don't want to work with corporate clients that wouldn't be valuable partners for our ecosystem. So we are a little bit picky, but that's also good because then everyone is expecting the right things. Then these corporates tell us basically what technology they are interested in, which problems they have, what kind of things they want to develop, what are the requirements for Finnish partners, and so on. And then, well, we basically go and screen and give them a proper report what we have, and we share our insights into the companies that we can present to them. They give us a feedback. They let us know how they want to go on, with whom they want to follow up, and then we organize for every corporate half a day or maybe a full day. That depends on the case. Online meetings with the respective startup companies. So thereby we create a very dense, very value-oriented, effective format that also makes it actually easy to get the right people from these corporates involved in these online meetings, because obviously in a physical event it would be restricted, but actually now we expect actually to have more impact from this. And the core of the corporate startup online weeks is creating collaboration between our international corporate clients and local startups, and thereby we help local companies to find partners, customers, and investors.
Very impressive. If I were to be one of those local companies that or startup scale-ups who wish to connect with these impressive international corporates, how would I proceed with that? So
corporate startup online weeks will help local companies to find foreign corporates as partners. Every startup, scale-up, or growth company that wants to be involved in this kind of activity shall join our LaunchPad platform. We do our best to find every relevant company, starting from our corporate clients' needs. And we want to give everyone the opportunity to be involved. And then you should sign up for LaunchPad. By joining LaunchPad, you make sure that you are always invited when your company matches with our corporate clients' needs. And my colleague Elli can tell you more in detail how it works.
Excellent. The floor is yours, Elli. Please take over the screen.
Thank you, Glenn and Harri. I will be now taking over the screen. There you go. And here we are. So this is the LaunchPad tool. And as you can see, we are now on the very front page. This is a database for companies, but
Elli,
also a matchmaking tool.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you are currently viewing my face and Glenn's face.
Really?
Maybe you could try again to share the view of the of the LaunchPad.
What about now?
Now it's working. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you, Harri. Yeah, so we're on the front page of the LaunchPad platform, and it is a database for companies. So there is company information, but it's also a tool to contact potential partners. So there are 4 sections in the platform. First of all, there are profiles of startup companies, but also there are investors, corporations, and hubs. And each of these can contact each other by using the platform. So today what we'll be looking at very briefly is the startups. And here you can see all the startups that are currently on the platform. There are 222, most of them from Espoo, but also from other cities in Finland, and some of them are even from abroad. And LaunchPad is a key tool, as Glenn mentioned, when we do this tech scouting for corporations who have given us their criteria. So by signing up to this platform, you make sure that you are on our radar in these activities. And you can do a search on the platform by using this keyword search, or then by using different types of filters on the left side. And now I'm searching for automotive with the keyword automotive, and here I have my results. And now I want to view a specific company card. So I'm opening up this one. It's a test profile. So let's have a look at it. And when you're not logged in, you can see just the basic details. But when you log in, you can then access full information about the company. So now we go in to view it more in detail. Yes, so now I'm viewing the startup profile as a logged in user. And now I can see the full profile of the startup. So there is information like a basic description, industries that they have tagged, and technologies as well. Their contact details can be found here. And then there is financial information. So companies can provide information on what type of funding they are looking for and what is their funding stage at the moment. Also, I will now open this edit part. So if this would be my company on the platform, then I could add some information that is not available for other users, but will be available for Espoo Marketing, and then is very helpful for us when we're trying to look for the best matches for the companies. So here in the interest tab, you can find this, how can we help you? And here companies can indicate what type of specific interests they have. For instance, regarding finding customers, what is the type of customers they are interested in? Or when finding investors, if they have, let's say, a specific focus on what type of investors. Also in this example profile, we've added here that this company would be interested in accessing the German market. And then whenever we would have opportunities to attend, let's say, an event in Germany, we could send out this information to this company that has informed us about their interest. And then the profile can be either public or hidden. So if for some reason you wouldn't like the company to be public, you could hide the profile from here and then again publish it. But this is basically how you can provide your information to us and make sure that you are on our radar for the online weeks and for any other upcoming activities.
Excellent. So there's definitely a lot of value to make a profile here and to log in. It allows you to access a lot more of the functionalities of the LaunchPad, but it also allows you to be visible at the scope you wish, of course, to others using the same platform. Thank you very much, Elli, for demoing that. And let's return briefly to the slides and also back to you, Glenn. Just a second. So we mentioned earlier briefly Nights of Slush. And this has been truly a kind of a flagship event for the Inno team and really something that highlights the best scale-ups not only in Espoo but in Finland, as well as brings to the table billions of euros of investment capital. Knights of Nordics is the new name, and it's coming up this year, even though Slush is not. So, Glenn, could you tell me a bit more about that?
Yes, during the next months, we will do the corporate startup online weeks, but I wanted to give you also a teaser. We will continue a good tradition and connect international investors to our wonderful scale-ups and startups. Nights of Slush will continue as Nights of Nordics. We will probably also change the format due to the current conditions, but we will keep the value proposition. We will introduce the most promising startups and scale-ups from Espoo to our international investor network. In recent years, we have seen very important investment rounds and we don't want to skip it this year. So stay tuned. Nights of Nordics will happen in the end of the year.
Excellent. Definitely looking forward to that. It was been great talking to you, Glenn and Elli. But as mentioned earlier, there's more to the team. So could you briefly introduce the rest of the Inno team and what their responsibilities are?
Yes. So in the middle, you see myself. So I'm Glenn. Hi again. Then on the left is Elli, that is also here as a speaker. Then Alfonso Gutierrez. He's from New York originally, but living and working in Finland for quite some time, and a very important part of our Inno team. He is taking care of many corporate clients. Then Markus is our marketing communications coordinator. So he is taking care that the value that we create is also communicated well. And then Mayumi on the right, she's working in our team as a senior business advisor. She's originally from Japan, and well, obviously taking care of our very valuable Japanese corporate clients. And then last but not least, our trainee, Phuong Nguyen, she's supporting our team very well. And yeah, that's us, a team of 6.
Thanks very much, Glenn. Well, Espoo startups and scale-ups are definitely in good hands with this group. Great introduction. Briefly for the end, as a recap about Business Espoo. So of course, Espoo Marketing and the Inno team are also part of the Business Espoo network and service platform. And to reiterate, Business Espoo consists of not only the City of Espoo and Espoo Marketing, but also the Federation of Espoo Entrepreneurs, the Helsinki Region Chamber of Commerce, Uusimaa Tea Services, and Omnia and Enterprise Espoo. So this really brings together both public sector, city and state services, as well as third sector services. And we are operating under 6 different service teams, service groups. We have today been talking about especially growing your business and to an extent internationalization. But we also give advice and services in relation to starting a business, competence development, recruitment assistance, and which is very current right now in the corona epidemic, change situations. So this has been the 4th episode of Business Espoo Studio. My name is Harri Paananen. This has been Glenn, Gassen and Elli Keränen as my guests. We thank you and look forward to next week, and wishing you all, since you're watching this next week, wish you had a good VAP. Thanks very much and see you next time.